Rooftop Sports welcomes you to a special presentation of the National Football League.
That's not what he wanted to cook.
Good evening, everyone. This is the Rooftop Sports, and here I am to cover the Monday Night Football game between the Indianapolis Colts and the San Francisco 49ers. And this is a very critical matchup for, frankly, both teams, as we got San Francisco trying still have a small of a fighting chance. They still have a chance to get the... Looks like they're doing a... Yep, they're doing a national anthem, so I better stand up for that. Or I'll sing it myself. I'm going to sing the national anthem, so please stand up for the national anthem. But I'll be sitting because angles. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, give proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. And that is a national anthem performed by myself. And now we're going to get ready for some NFL football, which is projected to start within 3 minutes. And we got Phillip Rivers, who is the starting quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts, who came out of retirement. And right now they're saying that the 49ers are the favorites to win. 49ers have to win if they want to keep their division hopes alive. While meanwhile, we've got Indianapolis Colts. They're just trying to keep their playoff hopes alive. And if playoffs started today, Colts would be out of the playoffs, so they absolutely have to win. They have to win today if they want to have any kind of a chance. So we'll have to see where it goes. I'm going to play a quick commercial. Senor, tell me how you make a thin crust Sahara pizza.
With your hands. Cornmeal.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May.
And that's how you make a Sahara pizza. Beautiful thing.
and we are back from commercial break, and we are still waiting for NFL football to happen between the Colts and the San Francisco 49ers. And this is something that Seahawks fans should pay attention to because what you want is the last thing we need is for the Seahawks and the 49ers to basically fight for the same spot, as we have seen it happen before in 2019, where the Seahawks were literally fighting for that number one, for that seed. I mean, they didn't get the bye week, it looks like. Let me see how it would have gone, because 49ers won to go 13-3. All right, where was it? 2019. So San Francisco finished as the top seed. So even if the Seahawks won that game, they still wouldn't have gotten their bye week. They would have been a third seed at best. So if they were as a third seed, they would have taken on the Minnesota Vikings, which I think that would have been doable. But I mean, that was the past, if you think about it. If you go 3-6, so that would have been Seattle versus Minnesota, assuming that you win that one. So I think you would have went up against and looks like we're about to get started. They would have had to play against Green Bay anyway. And now the Colts are in their interesting black jersey, blue and black jersey with black helmets, which cringe. I like their white helmets. Those are more iconic. By the way, I don't really need this. And now we're going to get ready for the kickoff real soon. And the kick is up. Kick is on the way. And they're going to bring it out. And it's going to go to the 10, the 20, and it's going to the 30. And he gets up to the 30, almost to the 30. It's going to be the 28. And now it's going to be Phillip Rivers who is taking the signal for the Indianapolis Colts. Colts are in a very must-win situation. And now we're at 1st and 10. And now here's Phillip Rivers, the pass. And he's going for a really big pass, very wobbly pass. And that's going to be incomplete, but it was a heck of an attempt. And there is some kind of conversation of whether that should have been a pass interference. And there was not going to be a pass interference call, unfortunately, for the San Francisco 49ers. It was not really a great throw. It was a very wobbly throw. It's not a throw that you're used to from before. Hello, Daniel. Thank you for being on the show as always. Now we're at 2nd and 10. Now here's Rivers looking to pass, and that's going to be a false start right there. Yep, it is a false start, all right. Going to be a replay of 2nd down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 15. Now we're at 2nd and 15. Now here's Phillip Rivers. He's going to hand it to the running back, and he's not going to really get much. That was to Jonathan Taylor, and he does get at least 5 yards on that. That's going to be about a 3rd and a 10. Last week against the Seahawks, he was 18 of 27, 120 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. Looks like we're having some kind of a timeout going on. Not exactly sure what's going on. When floods hit Washington, they don't just damage homes, they disrupt lives. If you're feeling overwhelmed, you don't have to face the recovery alone. At Serenity Strategies, we help homeowners move forward step by step. We work with you through the insurance process, advocating on your behalf, and negotiating to help you get a fair and better settlement. So you're not left covering the cost. You shouldn't have to. If you're paying out of pocket, we offer discounted recovery services to help reduce the financial strain. This is about restoring peace, not just property. Serenity Strategies, helping Washington homeowners recover with clarity, care, and confidence. Reach out today for a free consultation. Commercial break is still ongoing. And for the halftime show, I'm going to catch up with my Seahawks football on the Retro Bowl. So let's not forget about that. Which I've got to get that all set up, of course. Now it's going to be 3rd and 8. Philip Rivers trying to set some kind of audible. This is a 3rd and 8. You got to get the first down or you lose it. Now here's Rivers to pass. And now he's going for a short pass to Jonathan Taylor. And he makes the catch. And he's going to go to the 50. And I was like, get the ball. Like, just get down. And don't get too cute with it. And that's going to be a first down. In fantasy football, here are some things that is going on. And that's going to be a hurry-up offense, actually. Rivers trying to play a little bit more fast-paced offense. A lot of audibles going on. And it's going to be Philip Rivers to pass. And he's going for a big pass. And that's going to be caught wide open. And that is going to go out of bounds. That was Downs with the catch. And that is going to be a first down. And they are going into that red zone. In fantasy football, GGEZ is now going to be the winner. He's going to go to the championship round. And now Philip Rivers, he is awaiting. And now here's Rivers going to be handing it to Jonathan Taylor. He's been getting a lot of work lately, and it's going to be about 3-yard gain. So in order for RPO Tank to defeat the Dumas, Dumas has 166.6. RPO Tank has 113.5. He needs a big game out of Christian McCaffrey and Eddie Pinheiro. Now here is Philip Rivers to pass. He's got some time. Now here is a big pass. That's going to be caught. Oh, no. It was just ricocheted. It was huge defensive coverage. It was intended for the tight end, but he is not going to catch it. And now we're at 3rd and 7. It was a nice little pass. They just could not hang on to it. Rivers really wanted that. Now they have Jonathan Taylor at the wideout to the very left. Now here's Rivers. That's going to be a flag right there. That's going to be caught, but it's probably going to be a holding call. And it's going to go out of bounds. Could be a first down, but we got to wait and see what the ref says. I think it's going to be a holding call. Rivers is feeling a little bit frustrated. It's going to be going to be on the offense. Looks like it was an offside. Illegal formation on Jalen Travis, number 75. Now it's 3rd and 12 for the Indianapolis Colts, and they are practically getting close to being outside the field goal range. Man in motion. Now here is Phillip Rivers looking to pass. Now here is a pass. That's going to be caught. And Downs, that should be a first down as he went past the line. That should be yep, and that is going to be a first down as Downs has been making some very key catches for Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers is trying to do the best he can to manage this game. You never want to count out Phillip Rivers, no matter how old he is. Now it's going to be 1st and 10. Now it's going to be a short pass to the tight end. And it's going to get maybe just 2 yards. As a biased Seahawks fan, I'm wearing this because I'm pulling for the Colts to win. They have a pretty good set of offensive linemen. They have Quentin Nelson, number 56, of left guard. He's a 3-time first-team All-Pro. Now we're at 2nd and 7. That looks like that's an offside. That free play for Rivers. He's just going to go all the way to the end zone. That is caught. That is caught for a touchdown. And that is Pierce with the catch. And that should be an offsides, which means penalty will be declined. And that means the Colts have a 6-0 lead pending PAT. That will be 7-0. That was Alec Pierce with a 20-yard reception for the touchdown. It was a nice throw by Phillip Rivers. He had a free play, but he took advantage of it the best that he possibly could. And yeah, obviously penalty is going to be declined. Phillip Rivers had a nice long pass. And now the kick is going to be up. And that goes right through the uprights. And that is good. And Phillip Rivers is happy. He's really happy about it. And now we're going to go into commercial break after a nice drive, offensive drive, led by Phillip Rivers.
We're making half pineapple, half tiki with barbecue chicken. You put the garlic. Put the pineapple on the whole pizza. Remember, they want half pineapple, and the one is going to be tiki. Tiki tiki with pineapple, garlic, feta cheese, artichoke hearts, and the chicken. And we're gonna spread some barbecue on top. And it's ready. Put it on the oven. Let it run.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May. Yeah, well, it's baseball. I just keep forgetting to change it because I'm lazy, but it is what it is. And also getting my other phone charged. And we are back from the break, as it was a good first drive by Phillip Rivers. It was 5 of 7 for 73 yards and a touchdown. And they're doing a kickoff to the right side. Nearly kind of went out of bounds, and now he's going to go into the 30, more like the 31. And now it's going to be handoff to Christian McCaffrey. It's going to be about 5 yards. Brock Purdy, he is 5-1 in the season. He missed 8 games due to a toe injury. And now it's going to be 2nd and 6. Now here's Brock Purdy looking to pass. Now here's a big pass, and that's going to be caught. That was George Kittle, their longtime tight end. What a catch by George Kittle, and that's going to be a first down for San Francisco. And now we're at 1st and 10. And that's going to be a fake handoff. And now here's Purdy going for a pass. That's going to go to Christian McCaffrey. And he gets a reception. And I think that's going to be about maybe 2 points for Christian McCaffrey. I'm referring to the RPO tank. And RPO's tank still has a long way to go. He only has 2 points. The magic number is 51. He's going to need a big game from Christian McCaffrey and Eddie Pinheiro, as we're at 2nd and 4. And now it's going to be a handoff to Christian McCaffrey. He gets a big opening, and that's going to be a first down right there. And the 49ers are getting close to that red zone. The nice run by Christian McCaffrey found a huge hole. That got him 9 points, 0.9 yards. And now Brock Purdy is going to be a 1st and 10. It's going to be a handoff to Christian McCaffrey again. And he gets a little bit, and that's going to be not a first down. It's going to be about a second and about a 7. That's going to be 2nd and 8. And now here is Brock Purdy. It's going for a big pass. That's going to be caught for the touchdown. And it's going to be 7-6 49ers. And it's going to be 7-7. Nice catch by Robinson. I was hoping it went to Christian McCaffrey. And now the fireworks are going off in the commercial, at least. Attention, Washingtonians. We know. We have seen some of the worst floodings in the history of Washington, where it has led to mass evacuations, increased traffic, increased detours, damaged roads, and most of all, your home might be damaged as well. The damages your home may have sustained are these following: appliances, plumbing, electrical, air conditioning, and most of all, the structure. Here at Serenity Strategies, we will take care of all that for you, and we would love to be a part of the recovery of your home. We will also assist you through the insurance process and do our best to help secure the most favorable pricing available. Should you decide to pay out of pocket, we're happy to extend a discounted rate. Please reach out to us for an estimate or if you have any questions. And also, we are offering a 15% discount for senior citizens and military personnel. Oh, I'm back. Just had to go to the bathroom. All right. Did I miss anything? Wait, what did I just miss? Was there like a fumble that I missed? Oh no. Amir Abdullah, he fumbled the ball. Like, how? How embarrassing, man. And now it's going to be 1st and 10 for San Francisco. And they're well in the red zone. I can tell you that. Now here is Purdy going to pass. That's going to be caught. That is George Kittle. Now they're at the 10. And now it's getting very dangerously close for San Francisco to score. And now it's going to be 1st and 10. Christian McCaffrey's now in the backfield, and he's going to hand it to Christian McCaffrey, and he gets a little bit of hole. He's still standing, but now he's down, and that's going to be about a 2nd and 4. Now it's going to be 2nd and 5. Now it's going to be Christian McCaffrey. Could he go all the way? And it's going to be close to a 1st down. I think they're going to mark him short. Trying to figure out what it really was. And it's a 1st and goal, but Christian McCaffrey is out of the backfield. They're going to give it to the other running back. They're handing it to him, and he's not going to get it. That was Brian Robinson Jr. He was formerly of the Washington Commanders. Give it back to Christian McCaffrey. Let him finish the job. And it's not because I want RPO Tank to win. It is. And now it's going to be 2nd and goal. Nope, no Christian McCaffrey on this drive. And San Francisco has now just burned their timeout. But hey, worst case scenario for RPO Tank, if Christian McCaffrey can't score, then he'll go to Eddie Pinheiro, who he also has. And now it's going to be 2nd and goal. Man in motion. Now here is Brock Purdy looking to pass. Here's the pass. That's going to be caught for the touchdown. That is Christian McCaffrey with the touchdown. And now San Francisco takes the lead, and that's going to be 13-7. Pending PAT, that will be 14-7. That was a 2-yard touchdown reception for Christian McCaffrey, and that is definitely going to help RPO Tank as he is still trying to make his huge, insane, unprecedented comeback. Christian McCaffrey with a nice 2-yard touchdown. And that will be good. Nice pass by Brock Purdy. And now he is down by just 40. Try our hand-breaded chicken tenders, perfectly seasoned and served with a choice of sides, golden fries, fluffy biscuits, homemade mashed potatoes, creamy mac and cheese, fresh side salad, fresh coleslaw, plus enjoy a dipping sauce on the side. Come in and treat yourself to the best comfort food around. Visit us today and satisfy your cravings. They're showing what Christian McCaffrey did. Just excellent route running. That's what he's good at doing. And now it's going to be a kickoff. And he's going to come right back out and hopefully doesn't fumble it this time. And he goes to the 30 and 35, actually, I should say. It was a nice little kick return run. And now we're at 1st and 10. And now here's Phillip Rivers looking to pass. Here's the pass. And that's going to be caught. Now it's going to be 2nd down and 2. A nice little pass by Phillip Rivers. Now it's 2nd and 2. And that's going to be handoff to Jonathan Taylor. Now here's Rivers looking to pass. He's got plenty of time. Now here's a pass. That was batted down. And they were looking for a pass interference, but they didn't get it. Now it's 2nd and 10. Now here is Phillip Rivers looking to pass. Now here's the pass. That's going to be caught by their tight end. And that's going to be a 1st down. That should be because he get it through it. Yep, it is. Be 1st down for the Colts. Got Matthew. Thank you for being here. Now it's 1st and 10. Man in motion. Now here's Rivers looking to pass. And he's got plenty of time. Now here's a big pass. That's going to be incomplete, but no flag. It looks like it was a mistimed throw by Rivers. And now it's going to be 2nd and 10. Now here's Rivers to pass. Got always time. Now here's a big throw. That's going to be caught. And that's going to be a first down. Nice little passes by Phillip Rivers. Now it's 1st and 10. Now it's going to be 1st and 10, and now it's going to be a nice little jet sweep, and he gets tripped up. That's going to be about 5 yards right there. And now it's 2nd and 7. Here's Rivers. He's going to pass. That's going to be caught. And now he gets the first down. He gets knocked down. That is Downs with the catch. Nice catch. Fun fact, Phillip Rivers bought 5 more years of health insurance for himself, his kids, and their 10 kids. By coming out of retirement, though, Rivers and his large family will be covered by NFL-provided insurance when he decides to hang them up again. And now it's going to be a handoff to Jonathan Taylor, still getting up there, about 5 yards. And it's going to be a flag out there. Holding on the offense, figures. Dalton Tucker could not believe it. Looks like the quarter has ended. Since 2022, I have been building the Rooftop Sports YouTube channel, and I want to thank all of you for your support and engagement. Without all of you, there is no Rooftop Sports. Now, if you would like to take your support to the next level, join my exclusive YouTube membership program for just $5 a month.
Get first access to new videos, ad-free content, and exclusive insights from my fantasy sports as I do play many fantasy sports leagues. Plus, follow along with my softball seasons like never before. You also get access to my own emojis to use to comment on my videos and my live streaming shows. For just $5 per month, become a bigger part of my community and get ready for unparalleled sports experience. Let's do this.
$5 a month. That's all I'm asking. Right now, I only have 2 members. And we are back from the break. Now here's Phillip Rivers looking to pass, and that's going to be almost picked off. And now it's going to be 2nd and goal. So they do have to score a touchdown on this. Now it's 2nd and goal. And he hands it off to Jonathan Taylor, but he's not going to get much. That's going to be a 3rd down and maybe about a 7. And now it's going to be 3rd and goal. Now here's Phillip Rivers to pass. Now here's a big pass, wobbly pass. That's going to be caught. Caught for the touchdown. That is Pierce. And now the Colts are about to tie this game. It wasn't the best pass I saw out of Phillip Rivers, but Alec Pierce did manage to catch it. And that, I believe, is his 2nd touchdown of the game. And it was a pass interference on defense, but of course, penalty declined. And that was Alec Pierce with 2 touchdowns today. And the kick is up. And that is good.
Attention, Washingtonians. We know. We have seen some of the worst floodings in the history of Washington, where it has led to mass evacuations, increased traffic, increased detours, damaged roads, and most of all, your home might be damaged as well. The damages your home may have sustained are these following: appliances, plumbing, electrical, air conditioning, and most of all, the structure. Here at Serenity Strategies, we will take care of all that for you, and we would love to be a part of the recovery of your home. We will also assist you through the insurance process and do our best to help secure the most favorable pricing available. Should you decide to pay out of pocket, we're happy to extend a discounted rate. Please reach out to us for an estimate or if you have any questions. And also, we are offering a 15% discount for senior citizens and military personnel.
And we are back from the break as the Colts have now tied this game to make it 14-all. Dadgummit, let's freaking go! Phillip Rivers' sign must be. And that's going to be a huge kickoff. Not really a big kickoff. And it's going to be up to number 9. And he goes into the 20. He went up to the 30. And now it's another commercial break. Isn't that great?
So Rams head coach Sean McVay had a meltdown after the Seahawks defeated the Los Angeles Rams in exciting fashion, which included a controversial call. Here it is.
That I've never quite seen anything like what happened on the 2-point conversion, where you're lined up to kick off.
Then they say it's a fumble because they had the clear and obvious recovery. Now you tack it on, you make it a 30-30 game.
That's the thing that I've said. I've never seen anything or never been a part of anything like that. And
I've grown up around this game.
I'm not making excuses.
Making excuses.
We don't do that. I don't believe in that. It doesn't move us forward. But we do want clarity and an understanding of, the things that we can do to minimize that when we rejected the 2-point conversion.
Oh, boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
And Sean McVay, if the Rams got the benefit out of that 2-point conversion, you wouldn't be questioning the rules one bit. Don't lie. Keep playing the victim.
Yeah, keep playing the victim, loser. That's what Sean McVay does. Now we're getting close to being back from the break. And we are back from the break. And it's going to be handoff to Christian McCaffrey, who breaks through and gets the first down. And that's now going to be 1st and 10. And that's going to be The pass. Now here is a big pass. That's going to be dropped and nearly picked off. And now we're at 2nd and 10. Man in motion. And it's going to be a fake handoff. And here's Purdy going to. He makes the catch, and that's going to be a first down. A little bit of trash talking going on. Now we're at 1st and 10. And it looks like going to be a false start. And looks like we're having a challenge going on. And now it's going to commercial break. Try our delicious burgers today. Satisfy your cravings with our mouth-watering burgers. Double cheeseburger with classic double beef patties with melted cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, onion and house sauce, a fresh, flavorful delight. Double bacon cheeseburger, crispy bacon, fried onions, barbecue sauce, and double cheese. Double guacamole bacon burger, double cheese, crispy bacon, guacamole, lettuce, tomatoes, onions, and our special house sauce. Pair any burger with fries with an ice-cold drink for the perfect meal. Come down and taste the difference. You can only find these burgers at our Snoqualmie Mexican food truck. Oh, it's an incomplete pass. That's what they were challenging about. Now it's 3rd and 10. Hope that I don't know, for the Seahawks' sake, that the 49ers don't convert, but for my friend Alex's sake, that they get that first down and hopefully it comes out of the hands of Christian McCaffrey. And he is still a long ways to go. Right now he's at 12.6 and he needs like another massive few. Now here's a 3rd and 10, no running back. And now here's Brock Purdy. He's just going to run it out. And does he get that first down? Just short of the first down. So that means they are going to punt. Unless they want to go for it. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They want to be as aggressive as they possibly can. Now it's 4th and 1. Who are they going to give it to? They're just going to dive it forward, and he's going to get that first down. And now it's 1st and 10. Brock Purdy is 10 for 10 in his career on 4th down and 1. That is what they're saying. And now it's 1st and 10. Joe Buck and Troy Aikman are the commentators. Actually, it's myself, that is. And now it's going to be handoff to Christian McCaffrey. He breaks the hole, and he's still going on his feet. Now he's finally brought down, and that is down to the 25. What a run by Christian McCaffrey. He's really trying to run for the... He's really running for his life for my friend RPO Tank. Christian McCaffrey, that just got him about another 2 points right there. It's going to be another handoff to McCaffrey, but this time not so much. And now the magic number is 36. 36 more points. And if he can get that, he will win and head over and go ahead and go to the championship round. And it's going to be 2nd and 9. Now here's Brock Purdy. He is looking to pass. Now here's the pass. That's going to be caught by McCaffrey again. And that's going to be 2 points right there. And that's going to be another first down for San Francisco. And he is just constantly inching closer and closer. Magic number is now 34. Christian McCaffrey is really working for his life. Now it's going to be 1st and 10. It's going to be a handoff to Brian Robinson Jr. He gets about 6 yards. Yeah, the other guy is Dumas, who I do not want to win because he is my arch nemesis. And now it's going to be 2nd and 4. Man in motion. And it's going to be a fake handoff. He's going towards CMC's direction. And he's going for the pass. That's going to be caught for the touchdown. That is Kittles, George Kittles with the touchdown. An 11-yard reception. And pending PAT, that's going to be a 21-14 lead for San Francisco. It was a very risky throw by Brock Purdy. It easily should have been picked off. And now the kick is up. And that is good.
Taco lovers, this one's for you. Come enjoy tacos auténticos at Snoqualmie Mexican food truck, packed with flavor, made with love, and always fresh. Try our carne asada, al pastor con piña, and more. Topped with cebolla, cilantro, y a squeeze of lime. Pair it with a cold drink and relax at our outdoor seating. Perfecto para disfrutar. Find us at the Snoqualmie Mexican food truck, open daily. Ven con hambre, sal fiez. Now sizzling at Apollo Mediterranean Greek food, come enjoy our flat-top grilled Greek chicken and beef, Slovaki tender, juicy and bursting with Mediterranean flavor, served with savory yellow rice, fresh daily cut veggies for our crisp salads, homemade hummus, plus warm pita, and our signature tzatziki, perfect for a fresh filling meal made with care. Cold beer available. Order now at apollogreekfood.com. Come visit us for a delicious meal and a cold beer. We'd love to serve you.
And we are back from the break. Oh my God, I'm gonna need some water eventually. And now it's the kickoff. And he's going to come out. It's going to be a 10, the 20, and he's going to go past the 30, but there's going to be a flag, and that might be coming back. Yep, by the return team, you could just tell. And now we're at 1st and 10. Man in motion. Now here's Phillip Rivers to pass. That's going to be caught by Jonathan Taylor. Tries to jiggle his way through it, and that's going to only be 5 yards. It's going to be about a 2nd and a 5. And now it's going to be 2nd and 4. Now here's Phillip Rivers to pass. That would be a holding call, it could be, but it doesn't matter. As Phillip Rivers is going to go down. That's going to be a sack, a big one right there. That's the first sack of his career. They say that was West. I believe that was West. Kept pushing his way, and he did get the sack. Now it's going to be 3rd and 12. Now here's Phillip Rivers. He's getting out of the pocket, but he's not going to really get much. It's going to be a first down, and no, it will not. And they're going to have to be forced to punt. Not good for the Colts right there. You got to be kidding me. Now it's going to be 4th and 2. Now he's going to go for the punt. And he's charging, and he's going to just do a fair catch.
Try our delicious burgers today. Satisfy your cravings with our mouth-watering burgers. Double cheeseburger with classic double beef patties with melted cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, onion and house sauce, a fresh, flavorful delight. Double bacon cheeseburger, crispy bacon, fried onions, barbecue sauce, and double cheese. Double guacamole bacon burger, double cheese, crispy bacon, guacamole, lettuce, tomatoes, onions, and our special house sauce. Pair any burger with fries with an ice-cold drink for the perfect meal. Come down and taste the difference. You can only find these burgers at our Snoqualmie Mexican food truck.
And we are back from the break. Now here is Brock Purdy looking to pass. And he he had a fumble, but they're still probably gonna, and they still somehow got a gain on a forced fumble? How's that even possible? And now it's going to be 2nd and 7. Now here's Brock Purdy looking to pass. Now here's a big pass, and that is over the head of Christian McCaffrey. 3rd and 7. Christian McCaffrey has 116 most career yards from scrimmage per game. 116 behind Barry Sanders and Jim Brown. He's ahead of Walter Payton. Jim Brown considered to be one of the great, if not the greatest running back of all time. Now here's Brock Purdy looking to pass. And now here's a big pass. That's going to be caught by George Kittle. First down, but there's going to be a flag, and that could be a holding call. Oh, penalties declined. Yep, obviously. 6 minutes to go until we go into the halftime show. Now we're at 1st and 10. Now it's going to be handoff to Christian McCaffrey, trying to go through the holes, but not much. Now it's going to be 2nd and 7. Brock Purdy looking to pass. And now here's a big pass. That's going to be caught. That is number 9 with the catch. It's going to be a first down, and 49ers are just driving the field. Now it's going to be 1st and 10. And that's going to be Christian McCaffrey who gets the ball and barely gets anything. It's going to be just 2 yards. Now it's 2nd and 8. Now here's a pass. That's going to be caught by George Kittle again. And they're just effortlessly racing down the field. But get it to Christian McCaffrey at least. It's now a 33-point deficit for RPO Tank. Or maybe at least get a field goal from Eddie Pinheiro. Now it's 1st and 10. And here's Brock Purdy. That's going to be caught. And that's going to be another first down. And now 1st and 10. And now it's going to be Christian McCaffrey getting the ball. He gets about 5 yards. Looking in the conference, Jacksonville, yep, has been on fire. Jacksonville has won 6 in a row, while Houston has won 7 in a row. Believe it or not. And now it's 2nd and 5. Now here's Brock Purdy to pass. Gets it to Christian McCaffrey. Could this be anything of space? Nope. He does get a reception, though, but he's going to lose a little bit of yards there. It is going to be a loss of 1. And now it's a 32-point deficit, and we have approached the 2-minute warning. Senor, tell me how you make a thin crust Sahara pizza.
With your hands. Cornmeal.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Stow Call Me Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May.
And that's how you make a Sahara pizza. Beautiful thin crust.
Getting close to the halftime show, which will include my football show. Looking at the standings, Broncos are in the top seed, along with the New England Patriots. Then it's Jacksonville, Pittsburgh, the Chargers, Bills, and then the Texans. So Colts are in a very must-win situation. And now we're at 3rd and 6. McCaffrey on the backfield. Now here's going to be Purdy looking to pass, looking to the left, and that is going to be incomplete. And now it's going to be Eddie Pinheiro who's going to get that field goal. And with Eddie Pinheiro's 3 points, that will put him at less than 30-point deficit. It was nearly caught by George Kittle. Really needed that. Now here's the kick. And that goes right through the uprights, and that is good. That was Eddie Pinheiro. Now they have a 2-possession game. Now it's 24-14. And now it's going to be a kickoff. And he's going to take a knee. From Phillip Rivers jerseys, Chargers and Colts. Being shown by the fans. And now it's going to be Phillip Rivers to pass. Now he's going for a big pass, and that's going to be incomplete. It was a wobbly pass. You could just tell that Phillip Rivers' age is just really showing, unfortunately. And now it's going to be 2nd and 10. Now it's going to be 2nd and 10. It's going to be hand off to Jonathan Taylor. Maybe gets 2 yards out of it. Now we're at 3rd and 7. Now here's Phillip Rivers to pass. Now he's going for a pass, and that's going to be incomplete. And that could be a pass interference call on San Francisco. So the Colts may have caught a break. Let's see where this goes. They're trying to say that it was a little bit underthrown by Phillip Rivers. Now it's going to be 1st and 10. And now here's Phillip Rivers looking to pass. Here's a pass, and that's going to be caught. And that is Downs making the catch, and that's going to be a 1st down. Even Santa Claus is happy. And now it's going to be 1st and 10. Now they're in field goal range. And it's going to be handoff to Jonathan Taylor. Only going to be about a few yards. Now it's 2nd and 7. Oh, and Phillip Rivers is frustrated. So I think there's a false start. False start. He thought he could get him to jump. That's why he was frustrated. And now it's 2nd and 12. He just wants one more shot towards the end zone because 49ers are going to get the ball back first. Man in motion. Now here's Phillip Rivers to pass. And now he's going for a pass that's going to be Jonathan Taylor. And he muscles his way through it almost. But it's going to be a 3rd down. And I think Colts have already burned their timeout. And they're going to be down to 1 timeout. Crazy thought that Phillip Rivers has been out of the game for 5 years. And he is still playing pretty decent. Phillip Rivers has 175 passes. He has a quarterback rating of 130, but Brock Purdy just happens to be even better. And now it's 3rd and 4. This will be a very critical 3rd and 4 for the Colts. Like they really have to score to put themselves within a 1-possession game in a very comfortable way because they're not getting the ball second half. And now we're at 3rd and 4. And now here's Phillip Rivers looking to pass. And now he's going for a little bit of a pass. And then that's a little bit off. The throw was a little bit mistimed. And now it's going to be 4th and 4. And you have to kick that field goal. Phillip Rivers is visibly frustrated. Understandably so. Now we're looking at a 39-yard attempt. Now the kick. And that is good. Only 17 seconds left. And you would think that San Francisco is just going to take the knee once they get the ball back. And now it's a 29-point deficit. McCaffrey is going to have to score basically. They have to find a way to get. I mean, McCaffrey's doing what he can. It's just that Eddie Piñeiro's gotta get some field goal opportunities. He needs 29 points. So he needs about 14 points out of McCaffrey and then another 14 points out of Eddie Piñeiro for him to have any kind of a fighting chance. I really hope RPO Tank wins. And now here's the kick. And now he's going to bring it out. And he's going through the 40. And I think that's going to be it. He's definitely going to take that knee. I mean, there's really no need for the 49ers right now unless they really are greedy to score. But they're just going to play it safe and just wait to get the ball in the second half. Unless they're trying to see that if they could get into field goal range to give Eddie Piñeiro an opportunity. Yep, they're going to try to get Eddie Piñeiro closer to field goal range. Now here is Purdy looking to pass. Got all day to throw. Now here is the pass, and that's going to be caught. And now you can maybe do one more play to go for a career-long field goal. And that will be up to Eddie Piñeiro. But with only 3 seconds left, it's like maybe like a quick little throw. I wouldn't count on it. It's going to be a 64-yard try for Eddie Pinheiro. Let's see what he can do. It's going to be 64 yards. His career high is 59. In a dome, you would think it's very much possible. Now we're at 1st and 10. Now here is the kick. And that actually might go through. And it dinks off. And it's going to be no good. Oh my goodness. It was so close. It looked really good. And now that's going to be the halftime. And he loses 1 point because of that. Oh my goodness. It hit the dink. Oh no. So close. Excuse me while I go to the bathroom.
We're making half pineapple, half tiki tiki with barbecue chicken. You put the garlic. Put the pineapple on the whole pizza. Remember, they want half pineapple, and the one is going to be tiki tiki. Tiki tiki with pineapple, garlic, feta cheese, artichoke hearts, and the chicken. And we're going to spread some barbecue on top. And it's ready. Put it on the oven. Let it run.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May.
Well, I'll be getting ready to do the halftime show eventually. All right, where am I? Ah, here it is. Right. All right, here it is. It's showtime. Probably get rid of the thing too. All right, yep. Give it a full screen. All right, let's do this. Kind of funny how that works. Seahawks are now 10-0. We'll be going up against Chicago. It'll be the kickoff. And he'll take a knee. And Spence, he gets through, and that's going to be a first down. Gonna go again. Another 12 yards. They're going with McKee, their quarterback. Webb gets it. Oh, he breaks the tackle. What a breaking tackle by Spence. And he is going to score for the touchdown. You just got to see that again. That was an amazing breaking tackle right there. He just took a nice little step back. You wonder what that really was. And that got him the touchdown. And that's going to be a catch. Seahawks on their home. But they give up a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. This guy can really kick. And Spence again. Nope, not this time. Oh, he breaks the tackle. Oh, he escapes the tackle. Can he do it again? Oh, he does it again. Does he have enough? Oh, no, but that was a nice 43-yard reception. He won't break the tackle on that one. And a touchdown. Going for the more short passes, and here's Pearson. Man, Chris Berman really is getting old. If only the Seahawks can find ways to milk this clock even further. Missed the 2-point conversion opportunity. Oh, no. And now it's only a minute to go. And he's going to start coming out. Oh, no. Oh, they're checking out the Bills highlights. Wow, the Browns really cannot tackle. That's embarrassing. Wow. Sanders is just getting beat up. Oh, he breaks the tackle. Oh my goodness, he could score the game-winning touchdown. Nice clutch play by the running back. That was Spence. That was on a short little pass. Broke every tackle he could. Oh my goodness. No one would have expected that. And the Seahawks will win to make it 11-0. And I gotta keep playing because I got some games to make up for. See how Spence is. He has now 1,500 yards. He's getting close to that Eric Dickerson numbers. Seahawks against the Arizona Cardinals. Went for a nice big pass to Webb. Halftime will begin in second half will begin in about a couple minutes. Now here is Webb. Can he go for the touchdown? Nope. Your Spence gets stopped immediately. And a touchdown. No! Misses the throw. And a touchdown. Now here comes Webb. And he gets sacked. And it's going to be a 2nd and 16. You would think that should have been a pass interference. Think they're going to go for it, which they will. This is where eventually the Seahawks are going to need a franchise quarterback. Oh no! He does not get it! No! Oh, he choked it. Here comes Webb. He's coming out. Yeah, eventually a franchise quarterback is absolutely going to be needed for this Seahawks team. Because this guy is a career backup quarterback, or once was some kind of a decent game managing quarterback, and now he's just close to 40, getting close to retirement. Getting close to the 4th quarter. They've been passing a lot more in this game. Spence has not gotten really much touches effectively, but he does get that one. That was close to the 1st down. And he's going to get in there for the touchdown. Ah, great. Only a minute 26 left in the 4th quarter. And I think I'm going to just milk the entire clock. The running back, Spence, has really been struggling. Pearson makes the catch, and the time is really winding down. He's going for a risky pass, and he catches it. Stops the clock. And the clock is winding down quickly. Oh, looks like the second half of the game has begun. And Brian Robinson gets the punt return, or kick return. It was a really big one. And that's going to be a touchdown. But now he needs 2 points. They're going to go for that 2-point conversion. Will they get it? And he gets it. And that is the ball game. defense was held to just 88 yards. All right, that is it. And now I'm going to go back, and that's going to be Brock Purdy looking to pass. Here's a big pass. That's going to be caught. That is George Kittle again. And now it's going to be 1st and 10. And now here is a handoff to McCaffrey. And that's going to be not so much of a gain right there. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Now here's Purdy looking to pass. And that's going to be caught. But not much done as Colts defense seems to be stepping up. It was just a gain of 1. Now it's going to be a 3rd and 8. And 49ers have to get it through, or else they're going to have to punt that football. It's a 29-point deficit for RPO Tank. And now we're at 3rd and 8. Now here is going to be Purdy with a big pass. That's going to be caught wide open. That's going to be a 1st down. And it's going to be 1st and 10. We're at 1st and 10. And it's going to be a tripped. And now here's Purdy going for a big pass. That's going to be caught by Kittles again. Now the 49ers, they are just grabbing control of this game as Phillip Rivers can only do so much for the Colts. I think even with Daniel Jones, they would still be having their problems. How about give it to Christian McCaffrey? Still 29-point deficit for the RPO Tank. If the score gets any closer, then I will show the RPO Tank score. As we're at 1st and goal, McCaffrey on the backfield. They're going to hand it to him, and he gets stopped immediately. Now we're at 2nd and goal. Now here's Brock Purdy looking to pass. And he's looking the right way. And he's going to have to throw that away. Now we're at 3rd and goal. Purdy is 17 of 22. Now here's Purdy looking for a pass. Now here is the pass. That's going to be caught for the touchdown. And the 49ers are just completely in control of that game. That was Juwan Jennings with a 3-yard reception of a touchdown. Oh boy. That's going to be Eddie Pinheiro to get him to 6 points. And now the kick. And that's going to be good. And that's going to get him up to going to be 6 points. He got the points back. And now it's a 28-point deficit. Now we're going to go into commercial break.
Attention, Washingtonians. We know. We have seen some of the worst floodings in the history of Washington, where it has led to mass evacuations, increased traffic, increased detours, damaged roads, and most of all, your home might be damaged as well. The damages your home may have sustained are these following: appliances, plumbing, electrical, air conditioning, and most of all, the structure. Here at Serenity Strategies, we will take care of all that for you, and we would love to be a part of the recovery of your home. We will also assist you through the insurance process and do our best to help secure the most favorable pricing available. Should you decide to pay out of pocket, we're happy to extend a discounted rate. Please reach out to us for an estimate or if you have any questions. And also, we are offering a 15% discount for senior citizens and military personnel.
Colts are going to have to step up and make some kind of a miracle comeback, or else this game is going to be over for them, as this game is completely just running away. And he's going to get it. And he's going to go all the way to the 30 and the 30, 34, 36. Brock Purdy has scored in 4 touchdowns. Brock Purdy now has 26 points. And now we're at 1st and 10. Most quarterbacks by 49ers in a 2-game span since 2001 was Jeff Garcia. It was a short-time quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers. And that's going to be a handoff to Jonathan Taylor. But it's going to be a flag thrown. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the defense. Now it's going to be 1st and 10. Now it's going to be Jonathan Taylor. And not going to get much out of that. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. And now here's Phillip Rivers looking to pass. Here's a big pass. That's going to be caught. But incomplete. Oh, it's a catch. Knee was down. So he's good. Now we're at 1st and 10. Challenge flag has been thrown. That might be down.
Taco lovers, this one's for you. Come enjoy tacos auténticos at Snoqualmie Mexican food truck, packed with flavor, made with love, and always fresh. Try our carne asada, al pastor con piña, and more. Topped with cebolla, cilantro, y a squeeze of lime. Pair it with a cold drink and relax at our outdoor seating. Perfecto para disfrutar. Find us at the Snoqualmie Mexican food truck, open daily. Ven con hambre, sal fies.
And we are back from the break. And it's going to be 1st and 10. And it's going to be Jonathan Taylor. And it's going to be 2nd and about a 7. And now it's 2nd and 7. Now here is Phillip Rivers looking to pass. Now here's the pass, and that's going to be incomplete. And that's going to be 3rd and 7. Daniel Jones tore his right Achilles, out for the rest of the season. That was on week 14 against Jacksonville. Another quarterback, huh? 3rd and 7. Now here's Phillip Rivers looking to pass, and that's going to be incomplete. And they're probably going to have to go for that field goal to make it 31-20. They hope, as the Colts are completely just falling apart. And yep, they're going to have to go for the field goal. It's going to be a 51-yard attempt. And now it's going to be the kick. And that is good. And that is going to be now a 31-20 game. Still a two possession game, as 49ers will get the ball back. Senor, tell me how you make a thin crust Sahara pizza.
With your hands. Cornmeal.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May.
And that's how you make a Sahara pizza. Beautiful thin crust.
Commercial break is still ongoing. And we are back from the break. That's going to be the kickoff. And he's going to try to run it out. And he gets tripped, and it's going to go to the 30 as if he just took the knee. And 49ers back on the offensive end. And now it's going to be 1st and 10. And it's going to be to CMC. And he gets about 7 yards on that one. He's just trying to chip away for the chip along for, man, what's his name? RPO Tank. Christian McCaffrey at 19.3. It's getting closer a little bit. And now it's going to be 2nd and 3. And now here's Christian McCaffrey getting some little bit of a run there. And now it's going to be a 1st down. And now it is a 27-point deficit. As long as Eddie Pinheiro can make some field goals and Christian McCaffrey can get some nice runs, RPO Tank is not 100% out of it. And now we're at 1st and 10. Oh, Christian McCaffrey's out. Now here is Purdy going for a pass, and that's going to be caught. And that is Jennings with the catch. GG has already punched his ticket for the Super Bowl. Dumas and RPO Tank are still playing. Now we're at 1st and 10. And it's going to be Brian Robinson. And nearly a 1st down. Give it back to McCaffrey at least. It's 31-20. And it's going to be Brian Robinson again. And they throw him down. It's going to be 2nd down. There's only a 1-yard gain. But maybe you should try to give the ball to Christian McCaffrey. It's going to be 2nd and 9. Now Christian McCaffrey is back on the field. Now here's Purdy looking to pass. He's looking towards his right. He's going for the pass, and that's going to be way over the head of Christian McCaffrey. And now it's going to be 3rd and 9. And now it's 3rd and 9. And now it's 3rd and 9. Here's McCaffrey to pass. And now he's going for a pass. That's going to be caught by... It's going to be short. It's going to be 4th down. And now it's going to be 4th and 7. It's going to be Eddie Pinheiro going for a field goal. And now here is the kick. And that goes right through the uprights. And that is going to be good. And that is now 34-20 San Francisco. And as for RPO Tank in fantasy football, that is now, he's now it's a 24-point deficit. Eddie Pinheiro got him about 3 points.
Attention, Washingtonians. We know. We have seen some of the worst floodings in the history of Washington, where it has led to mass evacuations, increased traffic, increased detours, damaged roads, and most of all, your home might be damaged as well. The damages your home may have sustained are these following: appliances, plumbing, electrical, air conditioning, and most of all, the structure. Here at Serenity Strategies, we will take care of all that for you, and we would love to be a part of the recovery of your home. We will also assist you through the insurance process and do our best to help secure the most favorable pricing available. Should you decide to pay out of pocket, we're happy to extend a discounted rate. Please reach out to us for an estimate or if you have any questions. And also, we are offering a 15% discount for senior citizens and military personnel.
Senor, tell me how you make a thin crust Sahara pizza.
With your hands. Cornmeal.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May.
And that's how you make a Sahara pizza. Beautiful thing.
All right, and we're back. And now it's going to be a kickoff. He's going to take that knee. And now in the playoff picture. Playoffs, you kidding me? The Seahawks are at 12-3. They're at the top of the conference right now, but it may not last. Now it's going to be 1st and 10. And now it's going to be Jonathan Taylor trying to muscle his way, but only for about 2 yards. Now we're at 2nd and 7. That's going to be to Jonathan Taylor. Maybe about a 3rd down. Remaining schedules for the NFC West. Seahawks at Carolina. That'll be a tough one. Rams at Atlanta. That should be a cakewalk. And 49ers at home against Chicago. So the odds are still not good of the Seahawks' favor. Now we're at 3rd and 2. They got to get this first down or it's pretty much over to Jonathan Taylor, and he gets that first down. Now it's 1st and 10. And now here is Phillip Rivers to pass, and that's going to be caught. They're really going with that conservative approach. Very short passes and more of a running game, but that can only last for so long. Now we're at 2nd and 2. Uh-oh. Like someone's hurt for a moment. And now we're at 2nd and 2. Eric Kendricks elevated from the practice squad for the 49ers. Now it's 2nd and 2. And now it's going to be a short pass. Oh, no. He kind of like fell down on it. Now it's going to be 3rd and 3. And he picks up a few yards. And now it's 1st and 10. 30 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. And it's going to take more than a miracle. And it's going to be handoff to Jonathan Taylor. He still can't get anything as the 49ers have pretty much just figured them out. And now we're going into the 4th quarter.
We're making half pineapple, half tiki with barbecue chicken. You put the garlic. Put the pineapple on the whole pizza. Remember, they want half pineapple, and the one is going to be tiki. Tiki with pineapple, garlic, feta cheese, artichoke hearts, and the chicken. And we're gonna spread some barbecue on top. And it's ready. Put it on the oven. Let it run.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May.
Yeah. The Bears won. I know. Now here is Phillip Rivers. Oh, he gets pummeled. Oh, that's going to be caught by their tight end. And that's going to be 1st and 10. Now here's Rivers to pass. That's going to be a quick pass, and he gets more. Maybe about 8 yards. And now it's going to be 2nd and 2. And that's going to be handoff to Jonathan Taylor. And he gets a little bit more. And that's going to be a 1st down. Now we're at 1st and goal. And now it's going to be a fake handoff. And now here's Rivers, and he gets the man open and getting close to it. So the Colts are threatening. And it's going to be 2nd and goal. A lot of 49er fans at the game, too. And now we're at 2nd and goal. And it's going to be handoff to Jonathan Taylor, and he muscled it in for the touchdown. And that is now 34-26. Now it's a 1-possession game. Pending PAT, it will be a 7-point deficit for San Francisco. Epic Sea Films couldn't make it today. Hashtag family first. And now going for the field goal. The extra point is good, and that's going to be 34-27. Senor, tell me how you make a thin crust Sahara pizza.
With your hands. Cornmeal.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May.
And that's how you make a Sahara pizza. Beautiful thin crust. We're making half pineapple, half tiki with barbecue chicken. You put the garlic. Put the pineapple on the whole pizza. Remember, they want half pineapple, and the one is going to be tiki. Tiki with pineapple, garlic, feta cheese, artichoke hearts, and the chicken. And we're gonna spread some barbecue on top. And it's ready. Put it on the oven. Let it run.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go. Try our hand-breaded chicken tenders, perfectly seasoned and served with a choice of sides, golden fries, fluffy biscuits, homemade mashed potatoes, creamy mac and cheese, fresh side salad, fresh coleslaw, plus enjoy a dipping sauce on the side. Come in and treat yourself to the best comfort food around. Visit us today and satisfy your cravings. Taco lovers, this one's for you. Come enjoy tacos auténticos at Snoqualmie Mexican food truck, packed with flavor, made with love, and always fresh. Try our carne asada, al pastor con piña,
And we are back from the break. They just did the kick return, and it's going to be up to the 30. And now it's 1st and 10. It's a big pass. And that is to Jennings, going to go close to the 50. All right, I know. I got to come up with new ones, Christian. I get it. Now we're at 1st and 10. And it's going to be handoff to Christian McCaffrey, and he gets about 5 yards. What I ain't chill, though, is my friend, one of my best friends, he's now down 23 in fantasy football. And if Christian McCaffrey can get a really big play, He can get really close. It's now 166 to 143. If it gets any closer, I will show that scoreboard instead. And now it's 2nd and 5. And now it's going to be a Christian McCaffrey handoff, a toss, and he almost got the first down. And Christian, here was why I played those commercials, because I wasn't really paying much of attention, but I was watching a video. If you've heard of Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide, it's already viral at this point, but actor Martin Corley's been, oh, well, just go Google it yourself. Been a lot of viral videos, and there was one of the co-stars of Ned's Declassified saying that do not stick the camera in someone's face, especially when someone's at its lowest, his lowest. And now it's going to be 3rd and 1. It's going to be Christian McCaffrey gets the first down, and he gets some more. So he goes to the 30, the 20, and he gets out of bounds. But that was a huge run by Christian McCaffrey. That's going to be a 1st and 10, a first down for 49ers. And now they're getting close to threatening to score. Christian McCaffrey with 118 yards of rushing. And now it's down to just a 20.6 deficit. Will Christian McCaffrey be the one to score? I don't know. And now we're at 1st and 10. And it's going to be to Brian Robinson, and he is going to go down. And now you want to hit the field goal if you're RPO tank, because he has Pinheiro and Christian McCaffrey. Now we're at 2nd and 9. And now it's going to be commercial break for a little bit.
Since 2022, I have been building the Rooftop Sports YouTube channel, and I want to thank all of you for your support and engagement. Without all of you, there is no Rooftop Sports. Now, if you would like to take your support to the next level, join my exclusive YouTube membership program.
Well, forget about that. We're on 2nd and 9, but Christian McCaffrey is not playing. And it's crazy to think that had Brock Purdy been playing, RPO Tank would have one more point. As now we're at 2nd and 9. And now here's Brock Purdy looking to pass. And now here's the pass. That's going to be incomplete. And now it's going to be 3rd and 9. Now we're at 3rd and 9. Now here's Purdy looking to pass. And now here's the pass. That's going to be caught by Jennings. And that's going to be a fresh set of downs. And it's going to be 1st and goal. Jawan Jennings was wide open. And we're hoping that it gets to Christian McCaffrey. Give RPO a tank some kind of a fighting chance to win. If Christian McCaffrey scores, It will be 166 to 152. Christian McCaffrey is now in the backfield, man in motion. I think it's going to go to him. They're going to toss it to him, and he gets met immediately, and he gets taken down. He's going to lose a couple yards. Lost a yard. Going to be second down and goal. Now here's Purdy looking to pass. He's getting a little bit overwhelmed. Now he's being chased, and he's probably going to have to throw it away. And he goes for a pass, and that's going to be incomplete as he was knocked out of bounds. Oh, that could be, I think that could be a reviewable call. I wonder if they're going to go challenge that, as he may have been in there. Nope, not going to do it. Now here's Purdy. He's looking left. Now he's going for the pass. That's going to be caught by Christian McCaffrey, and that is the touchdown. And now the 49ers continue to break it open. It's going to be 40 to 27, pending PAT. That is now 41 to 27 on a 9-yard touchdown reception by Christian McCaffrey. And now it's only a 13-point deficit. And I think I am going to start sharing that part of the screen. And the PAT, that will make it 166.6 to 154. I wonder if there is still time remaining for RPO Tank to get this victory. You just wonder. You just don't know, don't you? It's just getting closer and closer. Is now a 12-point deficit. And that's the scoreboard I will show. But actually, because 49er or Colts have the ball back, they're going to give it to, I'm going to put the score back. And Christian, I have a video for you and for everyone. This is about my 2025 reflection. Well, I hope you enjoy all of that, and I'm probably going to get copyright claimed for it too. And Christian McCaffrey has 31 points. So if he could have done any more, it could have been Brock Purdy if he started Brock Purdy. But how was he supposed to know? Eddie Pinheiro even has 10 points for him. And now he's going to kick it off. And they're going to bring it out. And he's going to the 20, and it's going to go to the 30. He's going past him, and he's going to the 40, to the 50, and he breaks it almost. And now it's going to be a 40-yard gain. No, a 60-yard. Oh, no, a flag. You got to be kidding me, a flag? It's going back. Oh, no. And now we're at 1st and 10. Phillip Rivers has been having a good game, a solid game. It's just that the defense for the Colts have just been letting him down. And now we're at 1st and 10. Now here's Phillip Rivers looking to pass, and he loses the ball. And it looks like the Colts may have recovered it on the fumble. Oh my goodness. A loss of 15, so it looks like the Colts recovered. But this is really bad. Oh yeah, clearly it was a fumble. But the Colts got it back. This awful protection by the offensive line. And now it's all the way back to the 2nd and 25. Now here is Phillip Rivers to pass. Here is the pass. That's going to be incomplete, broken up. And now it's going to be 3rd and 25. I mean, as much as inspiring as Phillip Rivers is, this is painful to watch. I mean, at this point, I hate to say it, it's just that Phillip Rivers is just a name. I mean, if this was like at least 2020 Phillip Rivers, it'd be a little bit different. Now we're at 3rd and 25. I mean, Phillip Rivers has got to like just throw it completely out. Now here is Rivers looking to pass, already overwhelming. Now he's just going to heave it. And who's it going to go to? Incomplete. He tried it as much as he could, and it's going to be 4th down, and they're going to have to punt. Just excellent quick defense. A very quick 3 and out for San Francisco. Now we're at 4th and 25. It's going to be a punt. And he gets it off. Going to go all the way to the 50. But now San Francisco has great field position as they tried to fumble that ball away. And now we're going to be at 1st and 10 for San Francisco. You would hope that they're going to give it to Christian McCaffrey. Going to share this instead. $166 to $154. Now we're at 1st and 10. Now here's Christian McCaffrey trying to stutter step. He's not going to get it. Now we're at 2nd down. We're at 2nd and 9. Now it's going to be Christian McCaffrey. Fake handoff. And now here's Brock Purdy. He's going to give it to Christian McCaffrey. Gets a reception. And now it's just a 10-point deficit. I think if Christian McCaffrey just booked it for a touchdown, he might actually win this game. Let's see where we're at. It is now 3rd and 6. 5 minutes left in this game. They are in field goal range, but I think they're going to try to milk the clock and try to just settle for a field goal. Now here's Christian McCaffrey going for a pass, and that's going to be caught, and he goes out of bounds. And that's going to be a 1st down. That is George Kittle with the catch. And did he maintain possession? Of course he did. What kind of dumb question is that? 166 to 156. Now it's 1st and 10. I wonder if they'll give it to McCaffrey. It looks like they're going to. And they hand the ball to him, and he gets balled up immediately. Probably lost a yard on that one. I think if McCaffrey scores from here, he might actually win. But it has to be a reception. Or he can get the field goal PAT out of Eddie Pinheiro. We're at 41-27 San Francisco. We're at 2nd and 11. McCaffrey's still on the backfield. I think they're just going to hand it to him. Nope, it's going to be a fake handoff. Here's a big pass, and that's going to be picked off. Picked off by Indianapolis, and he still has the ball, and he goes down at least a few yards, and looks like the Colts might still be back in business. Just a complete wasted possession by Indianapolis. And now the Colts have a chance to somewhat hit back. It was off the hands. Yeah, probably should have handed it to Christian McCaffrey. Now we're at 1st and 10. And now here's Phillip Rivers going to pass, and that's going to be a big pass. That's going to be complete. Kind of a 1st down, but after this, if the Colts score, they have to do an onside kick and hope that they get the ball back to possibly just force overtime. And now we're at 2nd and 1. And now here's Rivers. Now he's going for a big pass. That's going to be caught by number 14. That is Pierce. And now he's going to go to the 30, and you better do the hurry-up offense, I think. It's going to be a 1st down. They're not going to do the hurry-up. That's going to burn at least another 30 seconds. Now we're at 1st and 10. Going to be Alec Pierce. He's been having 2 touchdowns. And now here's going to be Rivers to pass. That's going to be intercepted. That is picked off, and that is going to be a pick 6 for San Francisco, and that may have just sealed the game. And it looked like that Indianapolis was going to go for a little bit of a comeback rally, but instead, San Francisco just shut it down immediately. And now it's 47-27. D. Winters with a 75-yard interception. And now it's 47-27. Pending PAT, it will be 48-27. Oh my goodness. How could that be? Oh no. Cannot believe what I just saw. Oh my goodness. And then Rivers, he just gave up on that. And the only one that was running was the offensive lineman. Gonna be a 21-point game. Philip Rivers is just in disbelief. Very tragic to see that happen. Can't believe what I saw. He's going to go for the kickoff. He gets all the way to the end zone, and Colts will have the ball back. And I think that may have sealed the chance for RPO Tank to secure any kind of a victory. It's a 9-point deficit, but I don't think there's going to be enough time. Can't believe that was picked. And now it's going to be 1st and 10. And Philip Rivers is not even playing, so they're just going to milk the clock away. It's going to be 1st and 10. They're bringing in another quarterback. It's going to be Riley Leonard, the rookie quarterback, national runner-up at Notre Dame last season. 6th-round pick in the 25 draft. This season, he's only played in 2 games, but threw an interception after 31 passing attempts. Now we're at 2nd and 4. And now it's going to be a little bit of a run. May not be 1st down, and it won't be. And after this, you would think that. And also, Anthony Richardson Sr. is also the quarterback for the Colts, but he's not playing either. Wonder what happened to him. It looks like Anthony Richardson suffered some kind of an injury. Now it's going to be 3rd and 1. And it's going to be a handoff. And that will not be a 1st down, so they're going to have to go for it on 4th down. And now we're in the 2-minute warning.
When floods hit Washington, they don't just damage homes, they disrupt lives. If you're feeling overwhelmed, you don't have to face the recovery alone. At Serenity Strategies, we help homeowners move forward step by step. We work with you through the insurance process, advocating on your behalf, and negotiating to help you get a fair and better settlement. So you're not left covering the cost. You shouldn't have to. If you're paying out of pocket, we offer discounted recovery services to help reduce the financial strain. This is about restoring peace, not just property. Serenity Strategies, helping Washington homeowners recover with clarity, care, and confidence. Reach out today for a free consultation.
So Anthony Richardson, so many quarterback problems the Colts have. So with the signing of quarterback Daniel Jones in March of 2025, Richardson opened the season in competition with Jones for the starting quarterback job. On August 19th, Jones was named the starter, with Richardson named as a backup. And on October 13th, Richardson was placed on an injured reserve after he fractured his orbital bone in his eye during a pregame warm-up on the previous day. Oh my goodness, this is pretty sad. Oh. Anthony Richardson has had nothing more than just a broken body. He's not been promising at all. And now we are back from the break. Scott Van Pelt still with ESPN to this day. Wonder how long he's been with the organization. Now it's going to be 4th and 1. What are they going to do? Now here is going to be looking to pass. Here's the pass, and that's going to be incomplete. And now it's the final chance for RPO Tank to come up with somehow 10 points to win. I don't know how he's going to come up with that. But it has to be a huge Christian McCaffrey run. The Colts had a 7-1 start. And now after today, especially the loss, they are going to have their playoff hopes. Dude, oh no, they're taking the knee. Oh no. And Christian McCaffrey is not even on the field, so they're just going to take the knee, and that's going to do it for not only the Indianapolis Colts, but that's also going to be it for RPO Tank. And the clock is just continuing to go down. And that means RPO Tank will go up against GGEZ. And after one more knee, that's going to do it. That is it. The San Francisco 49ers have defeated the Indianapolis Colts 48-27. San Francisco will go to 11-4, while the Colts will go down to 8-7 with their playoff hopes in absolute jeopardy. Wow. Just unbelievable. 8-7. Colts are just absolute in danger now. Let's see where they're at. So now that they're at 8-7, they have to not only win out, but they have to hope that the Texans lose their last 2 games. And it's a very loaded AFC too. So it's going to be hard to squeak into the playoffs with that. And San Francisco, they are now in the 6th seed. Could be the 5th seed too, depending on the divisional. Oh yeah, San Francisco is going to be ahead of Los Angeles now. Oh my goodness. And I will be right back, and I'm going to do a little SeatGeek break. SeatGeek is a mobile ticketing app for sporting events, concerts, and other events. They make the buying experience easier by the app ranking each ticket from 0 to 10 to see if you are getting a good deal, and you can see exactly where you are sitting. I regularly use that app, and I have had nothing but a fantastic experience with SeatGeek. Use my promo code RoofTopSports to get $20 off of your first purchase. Link to the code, app, and website will be in the description, so take advantage, and thank you. It looks like I'm about to get Epic Sea Films into the show. As unfortunately, Dumas is now going to the championship, going to the Super Bowl. So now in the conference, it's going to be Seahawks as number 1, Bears number 2, Eagles number 3, Panthers number 4, San Francisco number 5, and LA number 6. Playoffs, are you kidding me? The Lions are now in trouble. Buccaneers are pretty much out. And the wild card, yeah, and Green Bay is also hanging on a thread too. Got Epic Sea Films here. Epic Sea Films, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Well, the most intriguing semifinals match has just came to an end, and RPO Tank made a good run out of Christian McCaffrey and Eddie Pinheiro, but unfortunately, he just came up close. And did you get a good glimpse of that game as well?
The game that just happened, I wasn't paying much attention to the game and stuff like that. You know, I kind of knew what was going to happen with most of the game. It was kind of like last game. Their defense wimped out for the Colts.
Yeah, their defense was just completely just gone. And
Yeah.
Well, anyways, we're going to get straight to it. So let's go into the key semifinals match, and I'll expand this one. Here it is. So Dumas edged out RPO Tank by just 9 points, 166.6 to 157.1. And leading the way was Joe Burrow, Bijan Robinson, Chris Olave, and even the Saints defense came up big. And he could do no wrong with that decision. The only bad decision he made was putting in A.J. Barner on the bench and leaving Darren Waller as the tight end. But can't really blame him for it, because who would have thought that A.J. Barner was going to have that big of a game versus Darren Waller. But at the same time, the quarterback situation for Miami isn't great. Now we're going to go into RPO tank. Like Jared Goff, you could have gone no wrong with him. And then Brock Purdy against San Francisco was on the bench, 30 points. So you could have maybe gotten an extra 4 points there to make it 161. And another point that, and actually he made all the right moves that he possibly could. The only wrong move he made was just not putting in Buffalo's wide receiver over Deebo Samuel. So you couldn't really put it on RPO tank for really making any of those kind of decisions. It was just that just wasn't to be. But Christian McCaffrey really tried, and Eddie Pinheiro did at the last moments, as he was down actually around 40s. And then eventually he kind of roared for a comeback, only to be lost by 9. So now Dumas is now going to the Super Bowl for the first time since 2023 season. And RPO Tank will unfortunately be playing in the semifinals round. Or not the consolation round for going for third place. And what are your thoughts on this matchup, Epic C Films?
So, if you one thing you say, Dumas might have been luckier than RPO Tank, but at the end of the day, both teams pretty much played the right players. I really only see one player here based on how they performed this week that would have made one team better. That was AJ Barner over Darren Waller, like you said. That's the only player here that would have made a big significant difference in this thing, and that would have been about 6 points. So you're talking about 5.5 points. Everybody else was like, you had 4 points, you had 1 point here. So at most you had no more than 6 points that were different. It's like, so that was on the team that actually won the matchup, which would have been 6 points for them. If you look at the other team, the matchup, the difference between like you had Brock Purdy and the other guy was literally like 4.6 points, which would have not been much. And the other guy you had here, you were talking about, was if you put in Shakir, the guy from Buffalo, and you put him over Deebo Samuels, that's really only 0.9 points difference. So technically, at the end of the day, you had maybe 8 points, so you wouldn't have won anyway. So nothing you could have done would have really helped you, unless your guys just performed differently this week.
So yeah, unfortunately, so it does seem so that as much as the efforts were valiant, it's just that unfortunately, it just wasn't to be, was it?
It was just not the right week where you played and your guys performed better than the other person's players because you made the right lineup moves. And so that if you look at who you played over who you didn't play, I'm like, why would you throw, like, at the end of the day, it's like, okay, you think Texans are more of a defensive-minded team than you think of, like, the Rams, and they're playing the Seahawks. You think about these other teams and stuff like that. You think about who's going to play here and stuff like that. So you think about all these players that are in. It's like you made the right decisions. Both teams pretty much made the right decisions. There really wasn't much. One thing that he just happened to luck out with was the Saints. But the Saints did play the Jets. You do know there was going to be you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So really, like, the smartest move I think that anybody made in this whole matchup was someone trusting the Saints defense over the Jaguars defense.
That was probably a very clutch decision that he made, and he went based off the matchups.
And look at that. That's 17 points. That's literally 17 points. That's the difference in the matchup. Was the defense.
It was on the defense. Who would have thought?
Yeah, because it's crazy to think that that's the point. Because look at this. The Saints defense scored 8 more points, literally, than the Texans defense. And it scored 8, and then it scored 17 points more than the Jaguars defense.
And the crazy thing is, he added the Saints defense in free agency on December 19th. So that was like a kind of like a last minute decision, and he did well on that. I gotta give him credit that he made that decision.
That was the smartest decision of this whole matchup. You could boil it down to one thing. Yep, that is big credit for trusting the Saints defense versus the Jets.
I mean, granted, it was the Jets defense, but hey, someone had to make that move because most of us don't even make that. I don't even make those kind of moves anymore.
Yeah, and that's the big deal. He even had the Green Bay's defense, and Green Bay's defense would have gotten -3. So he had already 2 other defenses on his roster, and I'm like, the Green Bay would have gotten -3, and Jaguars would have got him 2. And then you look at the other team here, and they had the Rams, which got 4, and they played the Texans, which got them 11, which wasn't a bad thing. It's just the Saints did so well.
Yeah. So unfortunate for RPO Tank. So he's going to have to settle to play for a third place matchup for a second season in a row. And now let's go into the other semifinals match. And frankly, this one wasn't even close. I don't even know if this is even worth even covering. But GGEZ, even without a quarterback, Jackson Dart, who was at negative 0.01, and he played that over the quarterback Trevor Lawrence, which he was scared of playing Denver. He tried to go with the matchup, but it just did not work out. But it doesn't even matter because GGEZ absolutely annihilated the team Skull. He continues to keep it that way. Leading scores was Jackson Smith and Jigba, who, by the way, was a huge part of that Seahawks victory over the Rams. Jalen Warren, the running back, got nearly 30 points, and Zay Flowers on the flex. And also their kicker did very well.
So a very interesting thing to note, going back to something broader than this, is that GGEZ has had the second most points against them. They're one of the most battle-tested teams in our league.
But this time it's paid off. His hard work finally paid off.
It really does pay off because if you look at it, RPO Tank had the easiest, they had the least amount of points against them and lost in the playoffs. Is that coincidence?
I think
Is that not coincidence?
I don't think so.
So that stat that we've been talking about this year has really made a difference in some of the matchups, and so that's really interesting to think and stuff like that. And even Skull wasn't like middle of the pack for points against them. So you think about how this plays out over the long spell of it, because if you're winning a lot of matchups by a lot of points, then it goes to show you what is your average. Because if you go to the next stat, which is points for in these matchups, you're talking about, look at GGEZ had the most points for of any team this year. Skull was second. But you think about the difference between those two teams was 100, almost 50 points. It was like 100 points. 100 points difference over the whole season versus GGZ and Skull.
So I'm trying to see who was the best offensive team. It was GGEZ by far.
Yeah.
It's just
by 100 points over Skull.
It's just that he had the most competitive games at the wrong times.
Yeah, so that's the interesting thing. Like you said, I was third in points for, but I was third in points against. So I kind of got screwed there. But you think about that as an interesting kind of juxtaposition in this playoff run. And you look at these two matchups, and you look at this one here. It's like, what could Skull have done? Did they leave really much on the bench? Not really. Their best player on the bench was a running back, and it was only 13 points. So there's nothing they could have really done to make their team better. If they would have put that running back in, they would have gotten 9 more points. No, 11 more points. So I would have been 11 points closer, but that still would not have caught up for it. So I don't know what you could have done.
Nothing much he could have done, especially when.
And you know what would have been even worse? If the other team would have played Trevor Lawrence, they would have dominated by even more.
And
because their quarterback got
let's see
-1.
Let's see how close he could have gotten 200 points. And he wouldn't have gotten 200 points, but he would have cut it at least close. But let's go to the Skull team. And no matter what he could have done, there was nothing he could have done. So it was pretty much a lost cause for him. So that means Team Skull is going to be playing for the consolation. Let's see if he did last year too. I want to see if he did. Yep, they're playing. It's going to be the same. It's going to be a rematch of last year between RPO Tank and Team Skull. RPO Tank won last time to finish third place. So the Skull is going to be playing for, they're both going to be playing for third place. But now it's going to be for the Super Bowl between GGEZ and Dumas. And who do you have going to win this matchup in the Super Bowl?
GGEZ. GGEZ is going to beat Dumas because of the fact of, like I said before, two things I looked at. Points for, GGEZ was the best points for team. If you look down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dumas is the 5th worst points for team. And you look at their competition, okay, and you look at their points against, okay, GGEZ had the second most points against them, and then the other team was Dumas, which was way down there. So it's like, I think GG has been more battle tested, so they should be more ready for this.
And let me see GGEZ's matchup. He's definitely had a lot of points scoring, and there are games that he did lost that he didn't deserve to lose. Like there was one where someone just happened to score 155 points. Another loss, 155 points. Another loss, 136, 135, 159, 111. So it's not like it was completely his fault.
No, it's just you happen to have an unlucky week and stuff like that. So I think GGG, and that's what they talk about in the NFL a lot of times. They say, if you have too easy of a schedule, are you not really a Super Bowl contending team?
And that's what happened. Well, now it's going to be between those two. And personally, I think I am cheering for Dumas to lose just because I want to have an excuse to laugh at him. He's actually my arch nemesis of this league. Like, we have a huge beef history of trash talking for over the years. So GG easy. I am pulling for you. Congratulations on, by the way, congratulations to the both of you making the Super Bowl. And Skull and RPO Tank, thank you. Congratulations for having another semifinals run. But most of all, GG easy and Dumas, best of luck to the both of you. And now we'll go to the final matchup. It's not going to mean much at all, but I tried to make a run at the consolation bracket, and unfortunately, my team goes down 104 to 133.7.
Don't forget about the fan price and auto draft matchup.
Oh, right, because it's for the consolation bracket, the loser
which is
bracket.
Above us.
Let me check to see the standings or the bracket.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna be between. So because fan price has defeated auto draft. Oh, I think it doesn't really matter. Well, I'm
no, but fan price and auto draft, they actually get a higher standing than us no matter what happens because they were still in the original 16 playoff, so we can never get better than a 7 seed. Remember that? So their matchup.
So I was in no place to even win a loser bracket to begin with.
No, because you can't even get up to the better than a 7 seed. You're
so basically you'll be playing for the. So it looks like fan price has already. I guess he's already secured his spot for the 5th place.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so that's kind of what's happening because they basically kind of dominated that matchup 147 to 115.8. And you go into this and you say, okay, what could the other team have done? There really is nothing on their bench they could have done. They would have put in they could put in somebody and got about 10 more points. They got 9.8. They put in a running back versus the running back they did play. Defense-wise, they could have went to free agency and got a better defense. Their defense just really choked. It was a Dallas defense that had -6 and stuff. So you see that there. And then so there's a couple things they could have done, but overall, only one thing they could have done was there's only 2 things they could have done. Go to free agency, get a defense, or the defense played better, and then putting in a different guy that got them 9 points. And so that would have been potentially, if they even got that would have been a 15-point swing, which still would have made them lose by 17 points. So it wouldn't have helped.
Not much. And now let's go to our final matchup between you and me.
Yes.
And you won with Puka Nacua with his 46 points. Yeah. And all I had was Chase Brown. Josh Allen was a massive disappointment. Even if I put in Dak Prescott, there's really nothing that my team could have done. And this will go down as officially a very disappointing season for myself, as although I had a late surge at the very end, but even then, even if I was in the semifinals, I would have lost. Well, if I made the playoffs as the 6th seed, let's say if I somehow miraculously made it to the 6th seed, right? Which I'm looking at the standings right now, or at least hold on, looking for. Usually when you're kind of on the spot, your brain's kind of gone.
Mm-hmm. Well, last week you would have won. You would have won some of the matchups last week because how well your team played last week, but this week you wouldn't have won.
If I was the 6th seed, I would have went up against. I would have had to knock down Dumas. So I would have not. So let's say I made it the 6th seed, right? So I made it at the skin of my teeth against Dumas. I would have won against Auto Draft 153 to 97. And then going up against RPO Tank, going up against Dumas, then I would have lost to RPO Tank. So I would have gotten semifinals at best if I made the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so, and like going back to our matchup here and stuff like that, one of the interesting things I said is that Josh Allen has faded off and he's questionable for next week to even play. They say, and so the whole big point of that is, would you ever draft a quarterback this early in the draft? Because last year you drafted one in the 4th round and you banked on a sophomore and they had a sophomore slump. This year you banked on an established quarterback, but in the 3rd round. Would you do that
I don't know
again?
what I could have. I don't know what I don't think I would have done it any more differently, but we can always just we can always reflect on that at the end of the season so we can look at it in hindsight, but ultimately it is what it is. So but that's going to do it.
Well, what are the other brackets? We have Macaroni and Cheese actually put off a matchup against Bella Check Yourself. I'm surprised by that. It doesn't matter, but I'm surprised. But I'm surprised that Macaroni and Cheese is not going to get like last or second to last place. They actually beat Bella Check Yourself. But I think
yeah, but Bella Check Yourself probably doesn't even check his team. Like they all stop at this point.
Yeah, and most people don't care. So that, but their team played. It's just they underperformed. And like, why are they starting Shadur Sanders?
Because the season's over for him.
Yeah, but I'm like, so like you see what I'm saying is that people just gave up.
They did give up. They lost the heart and everything, but
yeah. But Seattle Water Bottles, they lost still. So Macaroni and Cheese actually put off matchup with 93.3 points. So it was like really our matchup was the only consolation bracket matchup that actually was competitive. Like you would have beat everybody else who played. And you didn't have the best. You didn't have like the best of week. You had 105 points, and you would have pretty much beat everybody plus like Skull this week. And you would have beat like so all the bad teams you'd easily beat. So it's like because they don't care anymore, like you said, and that's a big thing to think about and stuff like that. But at least no one has really. I don't know if anyone's done this, but like at least no one has really like tanked their team and said, "Here, drop all our good players and put them in free agency." Because that would be the worst thing to have happen in our league. Is like they drop all their players and stick them in free agency.
I wouldn't even allow it. I would veto the move, which I can. I would not let them do it, but boy, would that be a lot of work to put them back on.
It would be. You know,
it has happened before. It has happened in the history of all my fantasy leagues. It happened in fantasy basketball. Remember the team Air Canada?
Oh.
Remember he kept making trades with his brother, if you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, where he actually ended up using both accounts.
Yeah.
So what happened was we kept vetoing his trades. And then he got really upset that he protested and dropped everyone. So one of the board members of my team, he took the time to put the players back. And I think we had to remove his like, I don't know. We did. We took him off the account. We took his name off the account so he could not make those moves anymore. And I put in a temporary guy. But anyways, I think that's what I got so far. That's what I got for the rest of this is that we got the Super Bowl between GG and Dumas and the 3rd place matchup between RPO Tank and Skull. And one before we go, who do you got to win? RPO Tank or the Skull?
Oh, in the 3rd place, 4th place matchup?
Yep,
RPO Tank in the consolation bracket, which is RPO Tank, and you said Skull.
Yep.
So Skull versus RPO Tank. Let's see here. I think I would go with Skull.
Skull. You think he'll have the edge?
Yeah. Well, Skull has been a little bit more battle tested this year. Has been through a little bit more rough and tough, even though they are the number 1 seed. And so that versus RPO Tank. RPO Tank had a really easy, like they got really lucky this year of where their matchups were and stuff like that and who they played and stuff like that. I think one of the things to also look at is how many injuries someone has and how far they can go through those injuries too and stuff like that. Because when you're like, if you only need to score 100 points a week, you can make it through a lot of injuries. You know, like right now they have 2 guys sitting on IR right now on their lineup. So
that's true.
Yeah, so I think that's something to think about. And then if you go down, and then if you think about the next place teams, Van Price and Auto Draft just basically get buys this week. It doesn't matter. Their matchups are basically just buys. And then I literally have to play macaroni and cheese this week, and then you're falling to 8, and you're gonna play the winner. You're gonna play Dirty Birds, so you actually play Dirty Birds this week. Do you think so? I think I could beat macaroni and cheese. Do you think you're gonna beat Dirty Birds?
I don't really care, but I mean, I'll still set my lineups, but that's really about it. But I'm gonna close this show as I gotta get going. And Epic Sea Films, before we go, got any last minute advice?
Yes. Don't drink. Don't smoke. Have fun and just enjoy the end of the year, because
Enjoy the end
you
of the
never
year.
know when I'm gonna see you again. It could be next year.
Oh my goodness. And there's actually one more question. We got Fritz. This is nothing related to football. Who is Rob Refsnyder? Probably isn't good. He's a veteran. I've never heard of him. He's supposed to be a hard-hitting left-hander with good plate discipline. That's all I can say. This is for the Mariners. But that's going to do it. Everyone, thank you very much, and have a good night.